Well, hello from Pop's Wood Art. I am Pop, and today I'm in the shop. A few days ago, I posted a short clip to my 2-year-old inactive YouTube channel saying I wanted to run some little short videos concerning some things we face as wood turners. Maybe problems we incur, or things we have to buy and purchase, expenses, and so forth. Today I want to begin with that first session of that. And I'll call these sessions vid chats, short for video, because at this particular time there will be no turning in these first few at least. Just some talk and discussion on my part from things we do encounter. So today we're going to talk about lathes. Most important thing I guess we have in our shop as a wood turner would be a lathe. Of course you can't have turning without the tools, and you can't, if you got the tools without a lathe, you're still fighting and losing battle, of course. But if you ever saw a child open a big box on, big box on Christmas morning or on his birthday or on a special occasion, his eyes begin to light up, and he takes the paper and he rips it all apart, and finally gets there where he opens the box open, and there's that gift that he's been looking for, and item that he's wanting. Kind of reminds me of a wood turner that gets his first lathe, especially, and sometimes even an upgrade. The freight brings it to our house, freight lines brings it, or we go to our local store somewhere, Rockler, Grizzly, or Woodcraft, whatever you have near you. We bring it home, we get it in the shop, and pull those big old staples out of that box and open it up, cut the plastic off, and there she sits, ready to go on the bench and ready to turn with. It's an exciting day, and I still enjoy those videos when I watch other people unboxing their lathes, especially I pretty much know what you're going to unbox here in the United States, but from my friends across the water, different companies and different lathes, I always enjoy watching to see what's available over there for them. But it's an important part, and it's an interesting part, and it's an exciting thing to open our box and get a new lathe out. But how in the world do you choose, as a new turner especially, or as a wood turner that you want to upgrade, how do you choose which lathe to buy? So I'm going to discuss a few things about that this morning. Basically, there's three kinds of lathes on the market. There's the Mini, that's M-I-N-I, which is a lathe that has about 6 pulley speeds. Change the lathe pulley each time you want to make a change in speed. Some, I think, actually now has some variable in between those pulleys, but usually about a 1/2 horsepower lathe that has about an 1/8" from the bed to the spindle turning ability. Pricing running around, average around $500, and these just general, these are not specifications of any company. Then you step up to the MIDI, the M-I-D-I, MIDI lathe, that usually somewhere 12 to 13 inches, maybe 12.5 inches from the bed to the spindle. And usually they're variable speed with a digital readout. And I'm not a fast turner. I don't just whiz through everything like some turners do, but I do enjoy looking to see exactly what speed I'm turning, especially if I'm turning an off-balance piece. And I find the speed that I can turn that balances that when I want to turn the lathe off and check my work. I want to go back up to that place. I'll know what speed to go back up to. Then, of course, the large lathe, full-size lathe. By the way, the MIDI, the M-I-D-A MIDI lathe has about 1 horse, averages about 1 horsepower. The mini lathe, 1/2 horsepower. And you're going up to the full-size lathe, and we're looking at 1.5 to 2 horsepower, and maybe more than that on some lathes. With over the bed up to around 16 to 18 inches in most cases, with some outboard turning with some of them. So a lot of difference in the lathes within themselves. So you'll have to decide as a purchaser what you want to do. Do you want to do small things? Do you want to just make pins? Do you want to make jarring covers? Do you want to make toothpick holders, pepper mills, honey dippers, Christmas ornaments, a small thing? You might be okay with a mini, but even for that I would recommend a mini lathe. But if you want to turn big, large bowls, then of course you'll need a full-size lathe that turn bigger things available for you. But some other things involved now in purchasing that lathe, and some things you'll have to consider to do that would be, first of all, I think would be finances. Finances may not be an issue to a lot of people, but it is to some. How much I can really afford on a lathe, or how much maybe my wife will let me afford on a lathe, especially if it's a new endeavor. Recently, a couple guys that was in my shop looking to see about buying a lathe, and both of those purchased a lathe, and both of those are MIDI lathes. So, finances, what you want to do with a lathe, of course, what you want to turn with a lathe. Room maybe might be a considered subject. How much room you got to put a lathe, where you want to have an outbuilding, do you want to put it in a garage and one side of a double garage, or where you might put it could be a consideration of which lathe you pick. So 3 lathes available, the Mini, MIDI, and Maxi. What I call a Maxi, the full-size lathe. And there's a little micro miniature now that'd probably be fun to play with, but I'm not sure you could really get any productivity out of it. But I have in my shop, I have MIDI lathes. I have the Jet 1221s. I have 2. Now I'm going to back off right here and turn this chair around where you can see. This is the Jet 1221. It has extension bed on it, which I just recently purchased because I needed to turn something longer than the regular bed. So bed fits up nicely. Jet has 1221 has 1 horsepower, and it has a 12.5 inch capacity over the bed, about 10 inches over the banjo. And I've had some other MIDI lathes that just really didn't perform, or really didn't work, or really didn't last over 3 months before I got my second Jet. In behind the camera that you can't see is another Jet 1221 that doesn't have the bed extension. And I use 2 because sometimes I have a piece drying on one lathe with sanding sealer, or my Yorkshire grid on it, or maybe a coat of lacquer or a coat of shellac on it, and while I'll be doing something on the other lathe. But that's my choice. And the one right here, this 1221, I call it the old workhorse. And I'll tell you right now, the book says a 12.5 inch over the bed, and if you can get that piece of wood on this lathe, it'll turn it. It doesn't bog down. It does exactly what it says it'll do. It comes on when I turn it on. It goes off when I turn it off. And you can turn on it, up to 3,500 RPMs. So I'm not advertising for Jet or really reviewing the Jet lathe. That's just what I have in my shop and what I enjoy using. And they work very well for me. So you might consider that, but I didn't mention I had 2 guys in my shop. One was a new person from just visited our club meeting. And by the way, that's another way that you might consider what to buy. Going to a club meeting near you and joining that club and see what other people use. And ask a wood turner about going to their shop. Any of them just about will be glad if you come to their shop and look. And they'd like to show off what they got. And probably some finished pieces along the way too when you're there. But so that might be a consideration also. But this is, like I said, my old workhorse. I've had this one almost since Jet 1221s came out. But after I sold my big lathe due to some health issues of handling bigger pieces and the heavy tailstock and so forth, I purchased another brand. It was a Rikon, and it lasted about 2 weeks. And they was very eager to take that back. And then I waited a few weeks and purchased a 1216 Laguna. And it made it about 4 months before it blew up, and they really wanted to take it back. For some reason, they knew it had a problem. But anyway, 2 guys come to the shop. One came and he looked and he purchased a Laguna, and another one was a close friend of mine. Had actually been to church with me for years, been a woodworker for years, and a good woodworker. He just didn't have a lathe. And when he got here, he said, "Oh, you got the 1221. That's what I've been looking at on the internet." So he'd already been looking and preparing and thinking and looking at specifications. So that's the thing for you to do also. The internet's a good part of that. But it's a great endeavor. It's a great hobby. It's a lot of fun. It's a very addictive hobby. wood turning is, but man, you can really make some beautiful pieces of art out of scrap wood, junk wood, thrown away wood, wood on the side of the road, and so forth. And if you notice, I turn my chair a little every once in a while. Something distracts me from the outside. A wasp might come in, or a bird might come to the door, because I work in summertime with my door open because of the heat issue. So I'm going to cut this vid chat short, and just with a little invitation about subscribers, because I already done one at 17 minutes, and I had a lot of problem uploading it, and still hasn't uploaded yet to YouTube. So let me add this. I only had, when I first put that notice on here, I had 6 subscribers, and now I have 9 subscribers, and I realize you've got to crawl before you can walk. But my goal, and I'm a competitive person and I set goals, my goal is to have 25 subscribers right now. When I get 25, we'll set a new goal. So if you're listening, and if you haven't subscribed, if you watch this, I would ask you to subscribe, and I appreciate it if you would. Even if you're an old turner, I might say something, or we might comment on something together that's good for you, or maybe a tip. I still, we never get too old to learn. We just never do. So it might be something said or a comment made that might help either one of us in our endeavors in wood turning. So, and if you are a subscriber, if you could encourage some of your friends to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It would be useless, I think, for me to come out to the shop and do a video if I only had 9 subscribers, and at least, forever. It'll be the same few people listening to that all the time. But please help me with that. And we got about 12 minutes into this, so we're going to close out for the day. And I thank you for looking. Thank you for listening. Thank you for looking at my Facebook page, my Pops Wood Art page, and I'll post a request on that asking for some help with people to subscribe to the channel. But again, thanks. Everybody have a good day. It's morning time here in Northport, Alabama. I'm looking down to find my remote because we're fixing to close out, and say good day to everyone, and hope you have a good day. Turn something real pretty. Make a pretty piece of art out of a piece of trash wood. Thanks. Have a good day.